Supper Dub Nation? Rich with Let's Go Warriors back again. And I wanted to do this honest recap after every game, number one, but also last night, unfortunately, I ended up doing 2 more transcriptions and videos. And that ended up with me very, very tired. So got some rest, did some social media marketing, which I need to do a little bit more of right now. And here we are. So let's see games, and let's go back to yesterday. Pull up the box score, and also get that ready. I need to tweet out a couple things and get all the notes up. Actually, let's see. And then I'm going to turn this live into an actual podcast. YouTube.com. Let's Go Warriors. Yeah. Let's Go Warriors. And last night's live of watch party of Cleveland. And make sure I mute that and pull up. Oops, didn't mean to reply. Pull up the notes. Here's all the notes from the game. And just give me a minute while I get these ready. Okay. Got to go live on TikTok one of these days. Got to figure that out. Okay. Substack. We also do LinkedIn. So we'll get started in a moment. Let's get everybody on board here in the next few minutes. And look at my notes as well. Because I'm going to go through not just X's and O's, but mostly it's little scouting report things that I noticed. All right. And Twitter. And I need to airdrop the thumbnail to myself. And then we'll get going. I'm just peeking at the notes here. Let's see. Yeah, it didn't start out too well. I thought even the first possession was a little sketchy because I think the Cavs got like 3 alley-oop attempts, remember? And I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a long day. Okay, almost done. Got the link, hashtag Warriors, hashtag Dub Nation. Okay. Get my water. Yeah, actually, screen recorded a few plays in the beginning. So let's take a look at one of the first ones. If I can only just find it. Screen recording 12:06. Oh, yeah. Wow, we had a lot. Okay. First one is, oh, yeah, they're all right here. Okay. So we are about to get started. 5-minute mark. Share this window. This is the first play of the game. And I haven't even looked at this closely yet, but let's step through it and see why the Cavs got 3 alley-oop attempts in one. Pin down on Pat over here. That frees up DeAndre Hunter. It's interesting because we had Will Richard on Garland, Buddy on Donovan, JK, and let's see, Pat, QP is on Evan, and JK must have been guarding Jalen Tyson, the 2 young phenoms, if you will. And it's funny how JK is in his 5th year, and I almost consider him at the same basketball IQ level as any rookie coming in, just because, I mean, it's better than that. It's harder to play with Steph, that's for sure. And so you can't just play pickup style. So I give Kuminga some grace. So they run the pin down. First example of QP playing good defense right off the bat. Good help out. Very good help out and switch. Then they run another pick and roll. Garland beats Will Rich. Will doesn't usually get beaten on these, but I think maybe the scouting report is make Garland go left if you had to choose between one or the other. Or maybe Will just screwed that one up. And then look at QP, man. So inspirational. And they try to go top shelf. And they do. Okay, so this was the last attempt. They went like 3 times trying to do that. All right, so we saw that and we're like, oh shit. At least that was my my reaction to that. Got to go back to my notes right here. Let me put my notes right next to the box score, because we're gonna come back to this, especially the play-by-play. I want to look at some of my other things that I clipped, so we can come back to them at some point. Oh, I clipped the next one only a minute later. All right, so here's the next play. That is obviously not the first play. Where are we here? 6-5, Cleveland. This is kind of fun because I don't even know what I clipped because it was last night. Kenny barking it out. Okay, Trace is already in the game? Wow. Okay. 7:15 to go. So the rotation was QP, and I know I have these in my notes. First possession. Okay. Let's go to I go here. These are my notes of negativity, and the asterisks are the ones of good plays. JK. Yeah, we'll come back to this. 7. Yeah, this is it. JK is going to call for a screen. Oh, that's cool, though. TJD and Pods came in already. Interesting. In the 4-minute mark. Yeah, there was a lot of, obviously, the box score will show you, a lot of minutes distributed pretty evenly. 20-ish minutes for pretty much everybody. Quentin with the most minutes played. Congratulations, Quentin. Well deserved. Okay, we're going to play this. This is where JK, another instance of kind of not the smartest decisions, but, he's learning. I always say he's a 16-year-old kid trapped in a 23-year-old body because he came to the United States at age 13, and now he's 23 years old, And you usually start playing AAU organized ball in America at age 6. So add 10 years to age 6. He's really 16 years old in the head for basketball. Buddy has the ball. Orchid to JK. At this moment in time, JK's got a KYP, right? Know your personnel. You've got Garland on you. So maybe there's some hesitation to take Garland off the dribble because, yeah. So I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But he's going to call for a pick, but then it just draws Tyson. So Buddy says, "Yo, go down there." But you can see a little bit of confusion with the young squad that we have. Trace was going to post up, and then he goes away to ISO JK. So maybe this is Trace's fault in terms of like you got to read who JK has. Not only does JK have to read it, but himself. And I'll spend extra time on JK anytime we run into JK issues. So Trace goes away, and by the way, Evan Mobley, taller than Trace, why post him up? And so Buddy's pointing down there to like post, and Trace looks like he's going, no, I don't want that. The problem is Garland has got JK, so then I think JK motioned for Buddy to come over. No, he didn't. Buddy just went and did that. So now you're switched back on the guy that was guarding you originally. So I think what should have happened, honestly, is ball screen by Trace. So, Trace has been on the bench a lot, so maybe rusty, but he should come and set a pick for JK, and maybe Buddy needs to give some more room. I'm not sure, but it ends up being a pick and roll with Buddy to get the switch, which then ends up, okay, let's just rotate it back. So now you're back all the way to Will Richard. And he has to pop a 3 with only 3 seconds left on the clock. So these couple plays early on, and I'm like, oh shit, it's going to be one of those games. But as we know, the first quarter was just ugly for both teams. Thankfully, the Cavs kept throwing the ball away, and they shot really poorly. So it was just one of the ugliest first quarters you'll ever see. 18-12. And I jokingly said on the live watch party, the end of the first quarter at your men's YMCA rec league is 18-12. And I kid you not, those are the kind of low scores that you get. Not in the NBA where 12 minutes of stop clock and best athletes in the world. Let's see, JK to Buddy, 3 top contested. Trace, good D on Mobley. Run, break, finish. Yeah, I want to make sure that I do like maybe not more than 5 minutes for the 5 or 10 minutes for the first quarter left over because we have a game after this. So I got to be really careful with the time. But my next play that I clipped from the watch party, and bear in mind when I clip these during the watch parties, it's very ad hoc and mostly have to be plays that roll right into a timeout because then we have time for me to record the play. But it's only 14-12 here, and let's see what happens. Okay, so this is what's his name? Porter brings it up on BP over to Donovan. We're in zone. 3-2 zone, or maybe call it 2-1-2 with Gary in the middle. And it's probably by design because we've run different types of zones. Stackhouse has employed a 2-2-1. He's employed a 1-1-2-1. Very interesting, but this one feels like a 2-1-2 on purpose because we probably know in the scouting report that Mobley will just park himself at the nail. Yeah, actually, that's not even Mobley. That's Thomas Bryant. And, Bryant's a pretty good shooter. So, um, yeah, we probably have that in the scouting report that they could just go to Bryant right there. And besides, Atkinson, former Warrior, is going to be, you're going against your own blood. And so, yeah, Donovan ends up shooting a hero ball. Okay, yeah. And then Naquan Tomlin smashes over, not, oh, he didn't dunk that one, but he got it over Moody. And at first, I thought that was a weak box out. But then upon further examination, we're in zone. So, um, it's we're nitpicking probably a play that doesn't really matter, but you're going to see Brandon again, kind of. I guess he's not as worried about Craig Porter Jr., but you always got to be careful. Who is Brandon doubling? Because he sometimes takes gambles, and at least he never crossed the plane of, when you're in zone. At least when I was taught in high school, you try not to, you segment the court, and if you're on this side, if you're on the left side, you're facing the defense, and that's to your left. You don't want to like cross over to the right. But it's Donovan, and so actually this is pretty good defense, and this is why Moses now has to choose between Craig Porter or the baseline. Unfortunately, he chose the wrong one. It looks like he's a little bit too high, but I don't know. Maybe there's percentages where Craig Porter's not bad at knocking down an open three, but he needs to hustle back down to the baseline and just doesn't quite get there. And again, it's early. It's the first quarter. It's an ugly first quarter. And again, I'm thinking, oh shit, it's going to be a long night. Next clip. Luckily, the tide turned after that. Okay, this one is, of course, again, I'm going to make a more edited video of this tomorrow, and it'll be, you don't have to wait for me on various things that happen on a live, like I'm doing right now. Oh, and I got to remind myself, thinking of that, the editing software that I have has this way to automatically get rid of gaps where there's silence. So I need to be talking throughout the entire highlight. Otherwise, it'll be choppy highlights. Let's see what happens here. 16-12, again, first quarter, ugliness. Let's see. Okay, we're back to man. I wonder when Stackhouse abandoned that. Was it immediately, or because you never want to go zone too long, obviously. Let's see what happens here. Donovan, we got good switch by Moses and Gary. Quentin is good closeout. I think that was. Oh, and then Pods gets out jumped. That's the part about Pods that I'm sure the casual fan is very upset about, is that he's just not really that athletic. Okay, so first of all, let's credit Quentin Post for the closeout on Thomas Bryant. As we know from the Indiana Pacers and watching him in the finals, he can hit that. And then Pods, a rare, yeah, Craig. I bet you Craig Porter Jr.'s combine numbers are pretty good. He looks pretty athletic right there. But then again, Pods just can't really get off the floor that high, right? Very average vertical. And that part, to me was like a little bit of, let's bump a guy. Let's be more physical. So, that again, it was one of those, this is going to be one of those days again for Pods. And Donovan with the hero ball again, that's, the Cavs are too reliant on that. And then they got another offensive rebound. So the rebounding sucked. And, it's just athleticism. And that's the part where Quentin can have the best footwork for a slow 7-footer that you can, but at the end of the day, he's still a slow 7-footer. So um, it is what it is. And but he's a 5-out center and can hit the threes, and he's moving his feet better, and so it's all on the up and up. Cool. Well, I think I'm going to really go into the detailed notes later on in the third and fourth quarter. I like the way we're progressing here with some of these clips that I decided to take a look at during the game, because it shows that we did overcome some struggles. All right, so Guy's going to post up. Oh, I love this one. I didn't even know Guy had this in him, right? So it's a close game still, 29-26, early second quarter. 4:45 to go. So that's late second quarter. Huh. 31-26. Yeah, so it's still a pretty choppy game for both sides. Look at Guy's spin. That's why sometimes you got to keep it. You got to not think about it too much. And obviously, I'm talking about JK. We're making a direct comparison here, Guy, JK, but like, especially when you got a smaller guy, it's Craig Porter Jr., just make that move. Make it quick, spin, fake, go up, got the foul. So I didn't know Guy had that in his repertoire. And for him to have that is great. Now, it's not going to happen a lot because this is a rare opportunity where he's against a smaller guy. So good recognition by, I want to say probably Pat, because Pat's coming in the frame there. So nice spin move. Okay. Next up. Just quickie first half notes here. Just little things that I saw. Honestly, it's not really a recap up until this point. Sorry about that. A dishonest recap. Okay, here's the next one. Let's see. Now we're in the third quarter, I think. 58-51. Yeah, okay. And that's with 6:14 left. Okay. I've got 40 minutes left to do this. Third quarter. Okay, so let me go ahead and read some of these notes before we go into the third quarter here. I don't want to gloss over too much stuff, right? So these are all my notes. So this second quarter, you're seeing hero ball left and right from the Cavs, and that's fortunate. So our second unit actually matches up pretty well. If you can survive Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell hero ball, as I said on the live stream, you're pretty much in good shape because they don't have Jared Allen. Let's be frank. Their whole offense is predicated through the double big lineup. Not that I have watched Cav games and know their X's and O's. I'm just making an assumption. I just know that what we saw yesterday was a lot of hero ball from Garland and Mitchell to bail them out, and it didn't work. And that makes me speculate that that their usual system is involving Jared Allen, who didn't play, obviously, with the injury. Again, even right here, Darius Garland, hero 3, and I'm like, why? Why did you do that? But it helps us, so I gave it an asterisk. Trace had a rare moment of stone hands, but Moses came back and had a track down block of Dean Wade. And we'll do more highlights as we get into the third and the fourth. And that's where we catch up with the last highlight that I just did, which is Guy had the spin baseline and got fouled, and I didn't know he had that in his repertoire. And then, of course, who comes back with a hero ball? Darius Garland, and one. So at that point, we're up by 5. We started, this is where a lot of good play happened. Guy finds Gary for a cut. Now we're up by 7. Trace got an offensive rebound, got it to BP, reload 3 for Moses. Now we're up by 8. Timeout Kenny Atkinson. More good plays. Trace leaves the post, but then Guy tells him to go back down, and then BP gets a screen from Gary, hits the jumper. We're up by 10. So BP hitting open shots that are created by pick and rolls, excellent. Even after that, BP with the late clock drive after Guy had to brick it, and then QP got an offensive rebound, and then BP drove and found QP for a dunk. We're up by 10. We survived under a minute. Gary with the brain fart. He couldn't catch the touchdown pass. And another great play to end the quarter, and honestly to end the half, my fault. QP fakes the DHO and gets a layup. Donovan Mitchell comes back, another hero ball, 3-ball good. Let's take a look at that play, because that's one of the great plays that Quentin did in that game. And then we'll go to the more juicy second half, although things were starting to percolate at that point. So basically we only played probably going back to the notes, a quarter and a half of choppy basketball, I'll call it. Second quarter, yeah, it basically started. It started when Guy made that play, made that move from his bag. That was with 5 minutes left. So we played like 19 minutes of choppy basketball, and then it started to click. Guys started cutting, and that goes back to the Steve Kerr ecosystem, right? You cut, forget your talent. Just do simple Hoosier things. Think of the movie Hoosiers. Just do Hoosier things, run the picket fence the way the picket fence is supposed to be run. Those kinds of things. That will break the game open for Quentin Post to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I only show the highlight with a few seconds left. That way we don't get demonetized here. Gets it? You guys didn't see this yet. So QP gets it, and here comes the fake handoff, and I got me a lay. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. And let's watch Cleveland. How do they react to this? Because that's Thomas Bryant, and that's I don't know who that is. Bench player. So they go, and Thomas Bryant wants to switch. Yeah, okay. Yep. Great read by Quentin. Great read by Quentin. That makes a coach so excited. Let's keep on going with the notes. What do I have here? That was 9:14 to go in the third. Okay. Next up, here's a good one. Buddy got a steal. What a game by Buddy. I thought he played really good defense, just did all the right things. And then Pat finds QP on a cut. Got about half an hour to go here. Although it's not always rosy, right? QP, bad pass to JK. Jalen Tyson gets a dunk. Cal grad. And right here, I thought this was important. Steve Kerr does not call timeout. And JK makes a cut, and he gets fouled. See? So JK is on the up and up. I think he's on the up and up. What were his turnovers? JK turnovers, always an important stat for JK. 0 turnovers, drink. Oh, I don't care that he. Oh, that's just the quarter. Okay, maybe not. We got to go all periods. 1 turnover, drink in 21 minutes. That's progress. Although he was 1 for 10. That's okay. I don't care how badly you shoot. Just make the turnovers minimal. That's step 1 for the youngster. So before that, Pat found QP for the cut. We're up by 9. And then here, JK, since this is a JK one, let's go to 806 and let's look for JK on the cut because we need to clap our hands for him cutting on that one. Kaminga free throw. So let's see, do they show the free throw or do they show the cut? They're just going to show the free throw, aren't they? Okay, so I need to go to the one before that. Hopefully they have it, because I don't. Post bad pass, Tyson. Oh, Tyson shooting foul. Yeah, here we go. Sometimes they screw this up, though. All right, so we do pick and roll, Pat and post. Pat goes down here, nothing there. Okay. No, we're going to go down to QP. Okay. Look at JK cut. Look at him cut. Beats the rookie Tyson, though. Tyson needs to learn. Tyson took his eye off of his man. Let's watch Tyson and JK a little bit if we could. Reads it. Yeah, he's in the process of switching. Interesting. What was Tyson doing over there? Oh, it was a pick and roll. Okay. Yeah, he can get back. Perfectly read by JK. So I don't think Tyson can really do anything about that. Post cuts down on the roll. He rolls. JK reads it immediately, and it's a foul. Yay! JK did something in the system, but he is doing some stuff in the system. Don't look at Twitter today. That's the thing with Twitter. It's always Groundhog Day. Like, it becomes the worst case scenario. Like, okay, JK was 1 for 10 in the box score. Oh, that means he played terrible. No, this is an honest review. This is an honest recap. He actually made it a play within the Kerr system. Tic-tac-toe, Pat, Buddy, Trace, fouled. Oh, man, we got to look at that, man. I love tic-tac-toes. And then we got to move on because we got to get to the fourth. But 7:40 to go. It resulted in a foul, but still, man, we did a tic-tac-toe with whoever we're showing here. Here we go. Let's see. Pick and roll, Trace, Pat. He goes to Buddy. So ball goes to Buddy. Yeah, what a perfect pass by Buddy. Gets the catch. He's going to get the catch. Sling it over. Perfect. Now, Trace has a bigger guy on him, so he's got to make a couple moves. But does a good job of getting his body into Evan Mobley. Great game by Trace as well. So really proud of the kids, man. Who would have ever thought, right? You're sitting there. We're going through some losing. What casual fan on Twitter would ever predict that we're going to get a Pat Spencer to Buddy and a Trace tic-tac-toe? JK doesn't want the ball as bad. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Well, here we go. A couple of defensive problems with JK. We'll take a look at this and we'll try to move on without any more highlights. But since we are somewhat dissecting JK along the way, might as well check these out. 6:20 to go. Tyson got a putback. 6:20, Tyson putback. Here we go. Tyson rebound. Let's get the rebound first. All right, well, we're tearing JK apart right here. Just kidding. It is what it is. It's good to know what he's doing right, what he's doing wrong. Where is he? He's over here. Weak side. It's always the weak side. Here comes Garland. Turns the corner on Buddy, which is not ideal for us, but, you know, Buddy would be a fringe all-star if he could do the point of attack like Nelton. He kicks it. Garland kicks it all the way back out to Bryant. So here comes the rebound. Let's watch JK and Tyson. Shot goes up. He's looking. I mean, we got 4 guys right there. How did the guy get it? It bounces off. Oh, it gets tipped out by Garland of all people. That should not happen. Let's see. He outjumped Trace. It must have been after this. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Okay. So here, okay. JK jumps for the rebound and then kind of just gets knocked that way. And I just felt he could have hustled back a little bit faster and shown more desire to get back to Tyson. But I'm nitpicking. You know, maybe the momentum forced them out over there. But yeah, sometimes I feel like, you know, when I used to play Asian ball in Asian tournaments, sometimes you kind of need to feel that physicality. You got to turn it into football every now and then and just really body somebody up. And in that way, show force and make it a more physical game. You know, I honestly, I used to watch Michael Jordan a lot. And so I would see him get in a physical mode. So I think that's an important part of the game that you have to have. And I think a lot of young players don't know how to do that. You know, it's got to be my turn, your turn, AAU development in America. So the next play, though, JK's late on the help. So DeAndre Hunter will score. And let's take a look at if JK could have played better. So the last play I looked at, you know, maybe not really JK's fault. I'm just saying, you know, you like to see more physicality. You know, I'd love to see him get in an altercation and just be mad for just a split second. Use the dark side just for a little bit. Next play was 5:45 to go. Now, at that point, we're still up by 7, 9 and 7. So we're still overall doing a pretty good job. Hunter driving finger roll layup. Let's take a look. Here comes Hunter. Will Rich is on him right here. JK has got Bryant. They got switched. Hunter beats Will off the dribble. Well, we're in transition here, so I can't fault Will too much. No, but he's getting, you know, you should never put your 2 feet that close together, you know. So Will getting beat a couple times, point of attack, but all in all, having a great year on point of attack. Forgive him a little bit. So yeah, he's already beaten. I don't know. Just mistimes that. JK has a lot of stuff that he mistimes. I think he needs to work on that if he could in the off season. Just time the ball. He should have swatted that. Put it this way, Michael Jordan would have swatted that. Okay, maybe that's not a fair comparison, but I don't know. You know, most guys would be able to read this and not only shade Thomas Bryant a little bit to keep him honest, to not give the dump off pass. But just because you jump so high, just jump now. Need to jump now, and he's late. Oh well, that's not something you could correct right away. I don't think it takes a lot of. First of all, someone needs to identify it on the film, and then there needs to be dedication to fixing that. TJD with the handoff screen. Mo goes down the lane and one, but he missed the free throw. And I'm just going to close out the third quarter here. We've got about 25 minutes to go on this honest recap. We'll just get to the fourth quarter. All right, here, Steve tells the team to hurry up and go after we sulk, after Tomlin got a putback over Trace. I want to look at that actually, because that's a body language thing. And anybody who tells you that Steve Kerr isn't a good coach, I mean, just have them come watch these honest recaps and our live streams. Which one was that? That is Tomlin got a layup. Okay, Tomlin layup. Let's see if they show Steve jumping up and down. Let's get the layup done. Let's inbound it. I'm going to barely see this. Maybe that's not it. Yeah, maybe that's not it. Let's see. Tomlin layup shot. Get one before that. Tomlin out of bounds turnover. Sorry about this. That's the thing with the lives. I might be caught in the spiral where I'm getting confused. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Oh, so it's way down here. Layup tip shot. Yeah, I think we just saw that. And by the way, Trace got beat on this one, I think. Yeah, Tomlin. Okay, so right here, maybe Trace hangs his head a little bit. Yeah, he's not hustling. He should run. And this is where I think Steve was jumping up and down to, come on, run, go. Let's look at the next play after that, just to see, just out of curiosity. Layup, and then Gee missed the dunk shot. No, we're not going to see that. Sorry. But it was something I noticed. But only happened that one time, so that's cool. BP smoked a layup, but also Tomlin smoked a layup, so it didn't hurt us. We're still up by 12, 69-57, waning moments of the third. And then that's about it for the third quarter. Did BP make the pull-up 2-for-1? Let me see. We got to give him props if he did. But if he didn't, then go work on those 2-pointers. Yeah, he got it. 3-point running. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Okay, I don't want to get demonetized. Can't show you the entire highlight, right? So this is early offense. He notices that there's 30-ish seconds on the clock. 2-for-1 time. Pulls up, splash, 33 on the clock. So credit Pods. Good job, Pods. We got to give him credit for that one, for all the times we get on him for missing. And here we go, fourth quarter. I got 20 minutes to do the fourth quarter. So we go into the fourth up by 10. Guy sorry, JK. What did I mean by that? 11 minutes to go. Guy got a layup. Fourth quarter. Santos 3-foot driving layup. And yeah, JK's not in the game, basically. Good move by, yeah, well, that's what I meant. I meant that Guy's like, oh, sorry, JK, I'm taking your minutes and I'm proving it right here. Just bye-bye. What kind of a closeout is that, though? By, what is that? DeAndre Hunter. Guy Santos beat DeAndre Hunter. Let's see how this play developed. Where's the ball? Oh, QP. Oh, QP's going to dribble drive. Oh, wow. We got to watch the whole thing. This is a good play. QP. Lefty sling pass to Guy. And DeAndre just closes out on him way too hard. That makes no sense. So we got to give a little credit to DeAndre Hunter for that one. I don't know. Is Guy shooting lights out from three? I don't think so. Let me check. Maybe the scouting report was to get out on Guy, and Guy adjusted. Look at the stats. He is shooting 30%. So no, I don't know what DeAndre Hunter was doing there. You got a short close, Guy. You don't close on Guy. Next up, and I'll get to your comments after I kind of get through this. Buddy misses Gary's cut wide open, and then Guy travels. Oh, we're only up by 4 at this point. Oh boy. So let's see. We were up by 9. Donovan went hero mode. He got a corner 3 and probably another one. I do recall saying at some point on the watch party that you got to be careful of these 2 in a rows. But we ended up surviving it. Incredible. Donovan with a defensive 3-second that, yeah, may have been costly. At the time, I was like, what are you doing? You may have just killed your own momentum, because he had just gotten a spin layup, cut it to 5, and then what? Your defensive 3? That makes no sense. He was on the weak side. His body was inside the painted area for more than 3 seconds, and he even said, my bad. So I don't think they took us seriously, So it works both ways on the letdown thing. We survived the bad pass by Gary, which resulted in Donovan another hero ball 3, which cut the lead to 80-77. How many hero ball 3s did Donovan have? None of them are like, he was 4 for 6. All 6, I guarantee you, hero ball types, like not within the flow of any offense. That's the Cavs. My turn, your turn, without any Jared Allen to like calm everybody down. Okay, so brain fart on a turnover by QP on a screen, but we survived it. We survived the turnovers. Kept playing hard, kept cutting, kept doing what we could. Total turnovers 13, which is, you'd think that's 1 too many. Gary had 3 turnovers. Can't do that. But we survived all those turnovers by continually playing hard. And of course, Pat Spencer played great to close things out. Okay, we got to get to the MFer 3 by Pat. Okay, sorry, I got lost a little bit there. Gary with the bad pass. We're only up by 3 after Donovan hits the hero ball 3. But then Pat Spencer goes 1-on-1, thanks to QP, and gets the lay-in bank, puts us up by 5. One of the many hero moments of Pat. And come to think of it, let's go back to the third quarter real quick because, yep, I still had a couple of notes from little scouting report things that I did. My bad. Before we end the day. Okay, what did I do here? Oh, that's the one where, yeah, we looked at that. JK and Trace. Garland got the tip out. I wasn't happy about that. Let's go to the next one. Only one more. Cool. And I believe this is near the end of the game. So, oh, I can't tell. Oh, 2:18 to go. So we're not there yet. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so we got to find the Pat layup. That was beautiful. Right here, 8:13 to go. Q4, 8:13. Huge drive right here. Let's see how this one develops. QP, he goes away from the QP screen, so he's mixing it up too. Pat Spencer mixing it up on the pick and rolls. That's bad defense by Jalen Tyson. I mean, he took his eye off of Pat. You should never do that. But the presence of QP, right? You got a 7-foot guy coming at you. You're anticipating the bump, the hit, and Pat says, "Okay, let me just change it up on you." Goes strong right side, uses his shoulder to fend him off. What a great finish! 2 guys on him. Oh, Pat, crazy Pat. You are one crazy dude. Don't you love it? That was 8:13 to go. Puts us up by 5. And that's after the Donovan Hero 3 ball. Guess what? Donovan comes back. Hero 3 ball. Missed it that time. And I thought Buddy did a great job of defending that one and not fouling him in the landing spot. So Buddy's been playing good defense. And this is honest recap. We look at all these things in the game, despite what people will tell you, Buddy's actually playing good defense. And then Pat with the mother effer 3 with 7 minutes to go. Of course, we got to play that one. Guy Santos with the assist. Again, pick and roll. Pick and roll Pat. I'm going to step through this a little bit. Pick and roll Pat. Trace on the roll. And Pat uses his body to get to the nail. Trace is right there, though, as well. And he will work it around to Gary. Gary resets it up to Moses. Okay. Moses hits Guy. A lot of passing. This is great. Shot clock's at 13. Guy goes to the right. Good move. He's got Trace underneath if he wants him. He doesn't go to Trace. He goes to Pat. Same spot as Philadelphia. The 3 ball. And I'm that MFer once again from the same spot. I don't know if he said that. Did he? And then he got another one. Can you believe that? So that put us up 85-77. So it goes from we were up by 8. Donovan wills them back to 3. Pat goes right side, puts us up by 5. Pat with the 3 ball, thanks to Guy and great ball movement, puts us up by 8. And Guy told Trace to be quicker to the ball on a wraparound. Man, Guy, man, Guy's really stepping up into that role. He's going to be that MFer pretty soon as well if he keeps this up on the up and up. So with 6:17 to go, we're up by 8. We're about to be up by 11 with another 3 ball by Pat. So 2 threes in a row. By the way, JK came in for Guy. Interesting. Yeah, at that point, I remember it was like, is Guy going to go? We did the poll, Is Guy gonna go all 9 minutes remaining? And some of you guys said yes, and I was like, that's a lot of, even for an NBA young guy, it's a lot of minutes to play in a row, you know. Okay, so Trace went baseline, finds Moses. Donovan does not trust Pat. He's worried about Moses. They're in scramble mode. So let's get there again. Yeah, Pat to Trace. Trace is in the corner. Good job by JK to cut, right? Him cutting forces all this action in the paint, and Trace can kick it out to Moses. And of course, Moses on the scouting report, no doubt. Pat, maybe not. He buries another one. This guy, man. A personal 8-0 run by Pat Spencer. Then not only that, okay, so timeout. Timeout Kenny. Garland goes with the hero move. And again, whoa, Pat scored again? Gary roll late. No, Pat is involved again in another score, this time by Gary. I can't resist. I got to watch that one as well. Spencer 6 assists. Oh, man. This guy's insane. It's awesome. So Garland missed the hero ball take, right? Pick and roll Gary. And Pat, left side, finds Gary on the roll. And layup Gary. Standard pick and roll. I mean, you just don't expect it when you're the Cavs. Oops, sorry, Cleveland. Sorry to drop in on you with all these, all these guys that just do, cutting and basic stuff. Buddy got a block on Jalen Tyson, I think it was. And that was after QP missed a corner 3. So we're up 13. We had one more tic-tac-toe. My fault. We got to look at tic-tac-toes. That put us up by 13. Wow. This is just a stretch of great, fundamental Steve Kerr ecosystem basketball. Spencer with the 7th assist. So he basically accounted for like 12 straight points, whether he scored 8 and then 4 more by other guys that he assisted. That's incredible. I mean, that's Steph Curry level. I said it. Look at that lead pass by QP. Man, these guys are on a string on offense. Peyton Lay. Look at the bench go crazy. Wow. Hope we see that again today. I mean, you would think. I mean, it's Chicago. And does Chicago have similar guys? I mean, Tomlin, DeAndre, Evan, Garland, and Donovan. I mean, Chicago's 5 guys can't be better than that, right? Of course, they've got the tape, and they know not to have a letdown. And we'll have Melton back today, by the way. No Draymond, and we'll have Jimmy. Jimmy's probable. So I don't know. Bench Jimmy. After watching all those tic-tac-toes. I'm kidding. You can't do that. But unfortunately, for the greater good, I think you do have to go back to the Jimmy-centric stuff. Maybe save that till crunch time. But it'll be curious to see how we come out today in Chicago with Jimmy on the floor. Let's assume he plays. He's probable. Let's assume he plays. And if he plays, then he starts, right? All right. So at this point, again, we're up by 13. Buddy comes back to block Jalen Tyson. Buddy healed. Track down block. Did they give him the block? Because the other night, I forgot to post this on Instagram and stuff, but they gave Gary, if you saw the last honest recap from Philly, They gave Gary the block. They gave Buddy the block for Gary's track down block. And yep, they got it to him. So good for you, box score people. Go to the play-by-play. Fourth quarter. All right, let's close this game out. 4 minutes, and then I got to go. And then I'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. So we're up by 13, 5 minutes to go. Buddy got a block. Donovan got a reload hero ball. So that cut it to 10. Steve calls timeout. Hero ball, was that JK's fault? Because then he got subbed after the timeout. 4 minutes to go. Let's make sure. I hope he didn't do anything wrong. Here's one of Donovan's hero balls. Nope, he just beat Buddy. And good box out by JK against Tyson. Oh, that one. Oh, he missed it. Okay. Man. Mistimed it again, and Tyson got the jump. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. I don't know if it's his fault, though. It went out long. I don't think you can blame JK on this one. He's boxing out. It just goes long. In fact, Tyson pushed a little bit. Not enough for a foul. But, yeah, goes way out there. Good try by Gary. And then Donovan hits the reload. So, not JK's fault, but I'm sure JK's got to feel like right when he gets yanked right there, he's got to feel like, man, I got yanked for that. Anyway, he got that goaltending, remember, on the rebound. So now we're up by 8 only. And then QP had a brain fart on a screen, and Evan gets a dunk. We're only up by 6. So all of a sudden our youthful mistakes are popping out again, just like against Philly. QP misses a corner 3. Donovan attacks. Putback is missed. QP tips it to Gary, and he's fouled. And Gary, this is the one that was a long rebound. Gary spins, and Garland tries to take a charge, and then they challenge it, and Geminitis Petritis, of course, overturns it. That was not a charge. Garland was moving. I mean, if that was a charge, then why wasn't did we go back to Steph against Amin Thompson? I mean, come on. Horrendous. They're just, I don't know. It doesn't even matter what you put in the rule book. It's just going to get interpreted the wrong way, depending on the ref. So Petratus being a lead ref is a crime. Excuse me. I need to drink more water is the issue. And then a critical bucket. QP blocks Darius Garland at 2:31. Let's go look at that. Right here. Not Darius, Mobley. Huge block. I mean, you're only up 4. At this point, it's 92. No, up 6, 92-86, although they will make it 92-88. Donovan breaks down Gary and finds Mobley. QP moves his feet, blocks Mobley. Incredible. Next up. So the baseline inbound. Pat made a mistake. So again, it's an honest review. It's an honest recap. Sometimes Pat messes up. He isn't bulletproof. post foul. Let's see. Maybe it's this one. 218, maybe. Let's see. Yep. So here we go. Okay. We got to go all the way back. See this? Mobley's here. Pat is supposed to be guarding DeAndre Hunter, but he's going to fall asleep. Watch this. Watch Pat right here. Oh, fell asleep. I got confused with that guy and that guy, and he's wide open underneath. Ends up QP gets the foul. So another great save by QP. Saved us today. He did a lot of Draymond Green things. In any case, they cut it to 4 points. Pat got a layup after that. Wow. He's just everywhere. It's just ridiculous. Spencer 3-foot floating jump shot. Okay, we're going to side out here. Goes to Pat, pick and roll QP. Goes away from it. Hesitation dribble. Blow by of Garland. And throws up the shot before Donovan Mitchell can jump. Gary got the putback. Sorry. Gary got the putback. Credit Gary. But still, he almost made it. Man. Donovan comes back with a hero 3. BP comes back with an incredible shot that we've got to give him credit for. I thought this had no chance. Somehow he made it. This one was huge. Up by 3. Late shot clock. See the shot clock's at 11. Pat's in the middle with Garland. Kicks it out to QP, swing it over to BP. You're down to 8 seconds. He takes Mobley with the weak hand. And a step through, probably traveled. Let's see if he traveled. I don't know. I think he traveled. But somehow he made it. You know, it's either we're always going to call it or we're never going to call it. And I would prefer just never calling it, but then they come back next game and they'll call it. So strange. Refs are never on the same page. And then Pat, again, you know, for all the great that he did, there a couple mistakes. Evan's going to get a dunk putback, but Pat went early. Why, oh, why do you shoot a shot at 16 when you're up by whatever it was, 3? We're almost done here. Pod's driving layup puts us up by 5. And then for some strange reason, Pat, who, again, he's not bulletproof, right? There is 17 on the clock. He's on the left side. And he'll just, okay, I'll take this. I feel it. That's not Steve Kerr basketball. You're up by 5, work the ball around. So he got a little greedy. And I mean, that just goes to show you. You think it's hard for Pat? It must be hard for JK. It must be hard for Pods. They just, you know, it's just instinct. It's natural instinct in a basketball game to not execute Steve's system for 48 consecutive minutes. So it's got to be hard. And if there's any evidence that doing so is hard, is that example of Pat shooting a shot at 16 seconds to go up 5. It almost cost us because on the way back, Evan got a dunk put back. We're up by 3. Gary gets entangled with Garland on the screen, and that's a foul. Let's see how that played out after the Evan Mobley dunk. Um, Tip layup shot by Mobley. 51 seconds to go. We're only up by 3. Gary was wide open for a 3. He missed it. And then the foul occurred when Cleveland had possession, and he was guarding Garland on the pick and roll on the roll. And it could have been a charge, but I think it was the right call. Gary and Garland are entangled. They both fall down. At that point, you have to make a call because there's bodies falling. Maybe in the finals, game 7, you don't call that at all. You just let it go. But both guys fall down, and the problem is that Gary's on defense and he has his arms on Garland, even though Garland has his arms on Gary. You have to call that on the defense, unfortunately. So now we're only up by 1. There's 25 seconds to go. Actually, Garland missed the free throws, so we're up by 2. Let's make sure of that. Yeah, we're up by 2. And Buddy got the rebound, and we got an outlet all the way to Gee. So tremendous rebound by Buddy. Again, he's playing great. I don't care what anybody says. Buddy Hield is playing great. Let's look at the rebound, actually, right here. And then not only watch the rebound, but watch the outlet. It's very, very well orchestrated. And very good passing. Okay, so we're going to step through this to not get monetized, and Garland is going to shoot the free throw, and let's watch Buddy Hield get the rebound. He gets the rebound. There's they're all over him, and then we got to go to the next video. So he gets the rebound, and Dean Wade has to foul on the outlet. He's there. Dean Wade, look at that. Buddy got out of harm's way, somehow got out of harm's way, managed to use a dribble, QP, pass. Look at that. And then Gee gets fouled 2 for 1. He could have passed it right there. Probably should have, but yeah, that's what happened. And basically we seal the game at that point in time. So so good game. And yeah, let me make sure on the play-by-play that that's how the game was sealed, and then we'll call it because I'm already 8 minutes over time here. But yeah, let's see. Guy Santos missed the second one. We're up by 3. They call timeout. Oh, well, we survived the Donovan hero ball, another one. And that's basically how we won. Spencer gets fouled and he makes both free throws. So let's look at that final hero ball miss. Thankfully, he missed it. We're only up by 3 at that point. It was a good play call because it got Donovan the ball, got him in 3-point range. Good contest by Guy. He misses it, and great job by Pat to just be there and accept the foul. And that's all she wrote. We get free throws. Spencer seals it, and we're good. Bode plots. No, I'm not doing that. You can donate that to me if you'd like. Oh boy, here we go. Ronald McDonald is doesn't like her, huh? Look, it's up to Steve. Him choosing Pods to start over Spencer, it doesn't really matter, because Jimmy is a great player. So is Steph. They make everybody better. Oh boy. Yeah, I am not calm and not angry. You shouldn't treat basketball that way. So I hope you'll join us, but if you're gonna throw Steve Kerr under the bus, then you're probably on the wrong channel. But if you're not like that and you actually like honest reviews, like I just showed you, like this entire game, this entire game proves to everyone that Steve Kerr's system actually works. And the problem is, like I said, and I have to repeat myself because I know that not everybody is on every live stream, but there are some flaws with it. Number one, the ecosystem was designed for Steph and Clay. One of them left. So now it's basically Steph. Of course, late in the game, you have Draymond, pick and roll. It's a beautiful thing. Love it. But the Achilles heel is you have to have a guy that can hit a hero shot every now and then. And that's Steph. So if you don't have Steph, then there's no way for you. Like if Donovan Mitchell hits these, then who's your guy to hit those? Because our guy tried that with 16 on the shot clock. Pat Spencer, he missed that one. So you got to you got to have a bucket getter. And if you don't have that, and the Warriors roster is designed to complement Steph, that's why there aren't bucket getters. Actually, there is a bucket getter, JK, although he's a bucket getter in pickup games, AAU games, my turn, your turn style. In the Steph and Steve Kerr ecosystem, that is not going to help give you the result that you want, which is to enable Steph to get open and to feed off of his gravity so that other people can get easy buckets. But this game shows you that for the most part, it does work if you just execute it. So Pat is executing it. Pajemski's executing it. In fact, JK's even executing it every now and then. It's just that sometimes he just makes it too hard on himself as well. But things will get better as we get Jimmy back, as we get Steph back. It's a huge adjustment for people. And so our identity with Jimmy is totally different than our identity against the Cavs. So for you to be mad that Pods would start in that different identity, that makes no sense because they're just different identities of the team. So you can't look at this as a video game. So we say this all the time on the live streams, and this will be the last thing I say. It's not NBA 2K. There's, especially with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry, there's a lot of human factor involved when it comes to Steve and Steph. And a lot of it is due to the just the talent of Steph. So take a chill pill, sit back, enjoy your team for what it is. It's not perfect, but when it works, it's beautiful. And when it has different identities, just understand that injuries are part of the NBA. Everything's going to revolve around the health of our veterans. And when it's not, then you definitely have to play into the Kerr ecosystem. Otherwise, it screws everything up because we just don't have your turn, my turn guys. We just don't. And that's a good thing because you wouldn't want your turn, my turn guys to be with Steph. So that's all I got to say about that. I just, it's no use being mad about stuff that's basketball related. And I'm here to show you. Eric Apricot is a friend of mine. He was in our Love Your Dub Summit. We literally have a video made by him exclusively for Let's Go Warriors. So if you were here for that, great. If you weren't, then you missed it, but we'll talk about it some other time in the future. So just stick around. And this is, not only do you get the X's and O's, but you also get the facts and the reasons and everything that at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is what teams always go through in basketball, what players always go through in basketball. So that's all it is. And when I bring you inside that world based on my experience running teams, coaching teams, playing on teams, being with the team, credentialed with the Warriors for a decade, being in the same culture and environment and building as Steph and Steve, like I think I have some wisdom to share. But if you're going to be just a fan, angry fan that only relies on results, then you're missing out. So I hope you don't miss out. So that's it. We'll see you in 45 minutes. And we'll do the watch party then. But yeah, that was fun. It's good to stay consistent. 4 p.m. today, Pacific. And it's going to be GSW Chicago. We'll see what happens. Jimmy probable. Wow. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think it's a coin flip. I don't think it'll go wrong either way. But for the long term, I could see why you'd want to start pods to go, oh, okay, well, then we're going to get Jimmy back. We're going to get Steph back. We're not going to have this identity with the Cavs for 82 games and all of that. But if Pat starts, he certainly deserves it. He certainly deserves it. So maybe you just keep riding him until a wheel falls off. I'm not mad at that either. I think this is an exciting development for us, and whatever happens, we've got a good chance to win today. And we've raised our floor, and that's exciting. And then we'll get Steph back in 5 days. So see you at 4, everybody. Let's run the good luck. Let's run the good luck outro, because ever since we've been doing the outro from last year, we've been playing well. It doesn't necessarily result in wins, as we saw against the Sixers. We happened to lose that one, but we're playing better whenever we run this outro. Yes! 43 minutes.
Today he came back. He came here today talking about how he got a new blicky.
For the uninformed, what's a blicky?
You don't know about no blicky, man. You had a blicky? You told me you had a blicky growing up.
Yeah.
You was a shooter.
A strap.
Yeah, that's a blicky.
All right, guys. See you in 42 minutes. Take care.